I've just found an RC car that I've been looking for about 30 years. Well, that's not strictly true. I did have one a little while ago that was in bits. I never got around to actually sorting it out. This one is pretty much exactly like my first RC car that I swapped a Nintendo Gameboy for in 1992.
Right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy.
It's not my actual one from 30 years ago. The guy who's selling it has had this one for 30 years. So I presume he bought it new. He's moving to Spain. He put it up for sale. I think I got a decent deal. So I'm going to go tomorrow and go and get it.
Order.
Can I have a regular vanilla thick shake, please?
Yep, open out.
That's all, thank you.
Next one done, you're ready. Thank you.
Little McDonald's hack, double espresso, vanilla milkshake. You are most welcome. There we go. Yes, I did make and bring my own coffee. Right, anyway, I need to show you what I've just got. It's a bit noisy here, but I can't wait to get home to show you. Who remembers these bags? What's in here? It's the madcap. Anyway, let's take it back to the workshop.
Hating, controlling and trying to catch me riding, trying to catch me riding.
There is 30 years of memories in this bag for me, so it's time to have a look at what's in here. So I did have a quick look at the buggy before I bought it. I didn't look at what else is in this bag though. So Technoplus transmitter, that looks in very good condition. Oh, this brings back some memories of driving with these. Oh, that's good as well. Oh, the bag smells old. It smells really old. There's the instructions for the transmitter. It says there's a battery charger, but there's no charger in there. Not that I'll need one. Oh, it's here, look, here it is. Battery's still connected. That's probably not a good thing if it's been connected to that for 30 years, because I think these have like an LED on them. October 18th, 90. Tamiya NiCad Racing Pack. Bringing back some memories for you guys. Here it is, the buggy. My very first Tamiya RC car. Oh look, there's some instructions for an old Teo Turbo Outlaw Sprinter. This is definitely a bag full of 90s. Sega from Virgin, 16-bit Mega Drive. Anything else in this little treasure chest? Just a few little bits and pieces and a spare gear there. And that is it, the bag is empty, apart from an old rag in there. If you are from the 80s and 90s in the UK, you will definitely remember these. I'm not sure about you guys in the US and stuff, but these were definitely a sight in model shops in the UK. This one's in really good condition. Might just need a bit of a wipe, but it's in very good condition. So back in, I remember it like it was yesterday, back in, it must have been 90, I want to say 91, 92, probably late 91. I used to go and watch the guys racing radio controlled cars at my school at the weekends in the gym. There was a lad in my year at school who used to race them. He had a madcap for sale and I negotiated and I swapped my relatively new Nintendo Gameboy original for the madcap. And as far as I remember, it came with, I don't know whether it was this one or a slightly different one. It definitely came with like a trickle charger, because I remember charging the battery overnight for like about 10 minutes of run time. I also had a quick charger with it. I remember him handing it to me in a box and me handing him the Game Boy. Those were the days. Anyway, this one looks like it's relatively good condition. The body has got, is it broken or just the paint come off? Yeah, there's a little split in the body there. I think these are quite hard to get hold of. They never re-released the madcap, so these are quite hard to get hold of. Underneath, still got the protective cover on the manual speed controller. There it is under there. Big old receiver with your crystal in it. Servo, everything is there. Has it got friction dampers? I think these had. Everything's a little bit wobbly. Nice. What a find. So I have seen these for sale on eBay every now and then. I never bought one because they always go for silly money. But this one was actually a really good price. I got this from Nottingham. Now, even if you're not from the UK, you may have heard of Nottingham. It's famous for Robin Hood and Sherwood Forest.
We'll find safety and solace in our trees.
Yeah, but what about our kids?
I had to drive through, well, not physically through Sherwood Forest, but I had to drive through a road that went through the middle of the forest. So I had to drive through Sherwood Forest to get this in Nottingham. And I paid £150 for it, which is under $200 for the Madcap, the Mint Techniplus controller, obviously all the bits and pieces there, and the very good BT's bag. So I think I got a really good price this. And the guy, when I got there, because the paint flaking off and the body wasn't all that great, he actually gave me £10 back. So it ended up I paid £140 for this. Now the question is, am I Robin Hood or am I the Sheriff of Nottingham for stealing this thing at that price? Anyway, as with all of my stuff, I'm gonna sort of clean this off with a soft brush and stuff. But before we do that, I don't like stuff just sitting on the shelf. So we're gonna charge a battery, we're gonna give it a run, and then we're gonna retire it. And it's just gonna be kept for me for some memories of my first Tamiya. Don't remember having to undo screws to get the battery in. Maybe there were two different options. Oh, I remember. This bendy. Yeah, quick release. I'm not using the NiCad because it's been plugged in for however many years. I'm not even gonna attempt to charge it. Again, it's just something to keep for a bit of nostalgia. Anyway, we are all charged. Should we see if it works? Put a tiny bit of grease on the mechanical speed controller. Transmitter on. We have steering. Yeah. Oh. Need to adjust the trim, I think, on that. It goes past it. Is it that one? That one. There we go. Whoa, smoke. Yes. Awesome. Any kids watching? This is what we used to have. And believe me, if it got stuck at that point, or stuck at that point, there was no way to stop it. You just had to go chasing it. But it was all part of the fun. I still remember it. I still remember. I still remember running this around my grandparents' house back in the 90s. This thing is not fast. I remember him being like really fast, or it felt really fast. Certainly sounds like something slipping. The memories. The understeer. Yeah, this I think this probably does need a bit of a refresh to get it up to full potential. But for me, it was just a nostalgic purchase rather than one to run around. Definitely something slipping though. I think these had a ball diff, you know. So an underwhelming performance from the Madcap. We can still get some donuts out of it though. Come on, get some donuts. There we go. So I did actually take the motor out of it. I gave it a clean, the old trick of sticking it in some water and cleaning it. I did that, I took the ball diff out. I kind of checked everything over and everything seemed all right. Freshly charged battery. I did actually manage to get 17 mile an hour out of it. The 14 mile an hour was probably on a half dead battery. The problem with like NiCads and nickel metal hydrides is the voltage drops off quite quickly, so you will lose speed. Whereas with a LiPo or lithium ion, your speed's a bit more constant. 17 mile an hour, it was probably a little bit quicker back in the day. I'd like to think these would do 20 mile an hour when they came out. But that's it for this video. I've cleaned the bag up. It actually came out quite nice. So I'm gonna put it back in the bag. I'm gonna put the bag on display somewhere, and I don't know, it might sit in there for another 30 years, but for me, it's definitely a trip down memory lane. It's nice to have a Madcap back, the very first Tamiya I ever had. Cheers for watching. I'll see you next time.